Welcome to Creative People. We have to get up, get out, and create something because we are creative people. I am your host, Cato Pinkney, and today our guest is Nicole Burton. She is a designer. So let's jump right on into this and hear what she has to say. Run it. Wait. Hello, everyone, and welcome to Creative People. I am your host, Cato Pinkney, and today's guest is Nicole Burton. She is a model. She owns an agency for models. She acts. And tell us something about your agency.
My agency just started 5 years ago, and I saw the need for an agency because I've been with an agency before, and I know the type of agencies that are out there. So I wanted to create a space where people could feel free to not feel like they're being schemed, that they have their best interests in mind, which is what I have. So the name of my agency is Power Team Model and Talent Agency, and it's here in Charlotte, and I currently represent 4 talents.
4 talents, that's fantastic. And so I want to concentrate more so on your designing.
Okay.
What do you design?
I design everything. I am a self-taught designer, so I started out, self-taught. I started out with urban wear. So, and I started out, I've always wanted to be a designer ever since the age of 12 years old. So I design lingerie, I design everyday urban wear. I've even gotten into elegant custom gowns, wedding gowns, bathing suits, just about anything.
Okay, a few things you should know and or possess to get started in fashion designing. You should know how to sketch and draw. Practice fashion illustration and croquis to bring your ideas to life. You should know how to sew and make patterns. Learn to sew and create patterns from scratch, starting with simple projects and store-bought patterns before customizing them. You should know about fabric. Understand different textiles, textures, and colors to make informed choices. Okay, so do you cater to all models, or is a certain group of models you cater to, meaning height, size, and etc.?
Great question. Well, I got into it because me being a plus size woman, there was a lot of designs that I wanted to wear myself, and the category just didn't fit for me. So I started making clothes for myself, and being a plus size woman, initially, it was only plus size women. But since I have grown in my talent of being a designer, I've kind of branched out, and I try to cater to all sizes. Not the best, because I am self-taught, but that's something that I like to pat myself on the back for, because I'm not your conventional designer. It's not school taught. So I can look at a picture, I can look at a body type, and I can make that design custom fit to that person.
That's almost like a musician listening
It's
and making music by ear.
Yeah.
It's like, okay, cool, that's what's up. And so tell me this, what are your main sources of inspiration for a new collection?
Oh, that's a great question too. I can see just about anything and be inspired by it. I can see a nice car, the design of that car, and I'm a car fanatic, just so you know.
Oh.
Yeah, like I can see a nice sports car, and I'm like, oh, what would I wear stepping out of that?
That Bugatti.
Yeah, that Bugatti, that colored in truck, something like that. So I see the styles. I am inspired by architecture. I'm of course inspired by fashion as well too, and seeing celebrities in their styles. And I just think, how can I make that fit to my body type or to someone else's body type? Because although I'm a plus size woman, I don't want to be just in a tent, so to speak, all the time. We want to be um, conveyed as attractive and sexy and elegant and all of those good things. So, like I said, I could see a nice sports mobile and you. What am I going to wear? Am I going to wear something with a high split? Am I going to wear something long and elegant? So just about anything inspires me.
Okay, so with you being a model, that also plays a role as far as deciding on what you're gonna wear. Like you said, that sports car, you get up with the high split, model mode goes in.
Model mode definitely goes in. Model mode is on go at all times. The street is my runway.
The street is your runway. Okay, can you describe a time you had a client that was challenging feedback? So yeah.
Yeah, I mean, I'm a self-taught designer, and like I said, so my seams aren't going to be straight and tapered at all times, but I'm proud of myself for what I do. And like I said, I'm not the type to just sketch out something. I do, but I don't do that often. So I've had a challenge before, and one particularly comes in mind. I was commissioned by a group of ladies to make their dance costumes. And they showed me this Fashion Nova shirt that they wanted. And they wanted me to recreate that shirt for all of them. And that's one thing people got to understand. When a designer is constructing something for you versus a big brand, big box, tailoring, fashion clothing company, it's totally different. They always think that it's going to be cheaper, it's less expensive to go to that design. But it's not, because we're taking time out of our schedule. We have to buy the product, we have to cut the product, and then for me, myself, I have to actually sew the product, make the grommet holes, and everything. So that was a challenge dealing with these particular customers because they thought that coming to a designer that their prices should be lower than that Fashion Nova item, and it's not.
And that's the question I was about to ask you. You pretty much answered about clients who has budget constraints.
Okay.
Yeah.
Well, I do try to work with reasonable clients with budget constraints, but not those that are just trying to get over. And we do have people out there, unfortunately, that are like that. They just want a great deal, so to speak. But having a custom design is totally different. If you have budget constraints and you're looking for a wedding dress, then let's see what we can do. I'm going to offer you other material types, maybe, but don't show me a Givenchy gown, with the custom crystals and beading and trains and everything. Say, okay, I want that for $500.
And so you pretty much answered another question I was about to ask.
Okay.
And so the question was going to be, how does material fabric affect your pricing?
Oh, absolutely.
Had to change it up a little bit.
It's okay. It's okay. I can be frugal myself, so I understand, and I will try to shop for that best look, that best how it's going to appear on my client. So it can affect me in that sense. If you want that, we could definitely get it. But if you have budget constraints, then let's see what we can do to make it work.
To make it work.
And
so I noticed you mentioned that you're pretty new at this and you learned by observing, and I call it ear.
Mm-hmm.
Do that deter any of your clients, being that you're a new designer? Perhaps they say, well, it may not come out the way I want it because she's new.
And some people try to play out that, but I'm very upfront with my talent. I don't try to make it seem like I am this top tier, A-list celebrity designer. I let people know upfront that I am self-taught, but I'm a great communicator too. So the entire process, I'm talking to my clients from what they want. This is the material that we agreed upon. I take pictures, we communicate, and I have them sign off on it. So at the end, it's no misconception. I didn't understand that. I didn't know it looked that way. And I have them come in for several fittings, and we're going to fix it if it's not right then before you agree to make that final payment.
Gotcha. So, do you have to do a contract? You don't have to answer that question.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah. I mean, I have to protect myself.
Okay. Have you had any models to walk your designs?
Oh, yes, I
In
have.
fashion shows and stuff? Yeah.
I have been in Charlotte International Fashion Week. That was Anthony Simmons' production. He has done that in a while. And the thing about it is that I'm always the underdog. So they think I'm the underdog, you know. And I come out and once I show, people are coming to me and my models who are primarily plus size saying, we love your look. We love your look. So yes, I've done plenty of fashion shows. My work has shown in Paris Fashion Week.
Oh.
Yep. I've shown here in Charlotte. I forgot the name of some of the shows that I've done, but I'm very proud of myself and I'm very proud of my models.
Okay, that's what's up right there. So, I have a question. I'm going to ask you right off the phone.
Okay.
I can't remember all this stuff. Y'all forgive me. But how do you handle last minute changes or unforeseen, or unforeseen issues that arise during the design or production process?
Sometimes mistakes can be beautiful.
Hey.
Sometimes mistakes can be beautiful, and I'm just gonna keep it honest. Being self-taught, there's a lot of things that I run into. Like, oh no, I wasn't supposed to sew it that way, but that's kind of dope right there, you know. Yeah. So yeah. I rock it out, and if I'm doing it for a client, of course, I consult with them. Like, hey, you know, this didn't turn out the way we were expecting. Do you want to try to fix it, or how do you want? Sometimes they accept it, sometimes they don't. But of course, if they don't, you know, I'm working with the client. We just start over again until we get it right. Okay, that's cool right there. Mm-hmm. Starting over. Make sure you perfect. Yeah. Perfect it. Yeah. Hey, it's their money, so I got to get it right for them. Yeah. Any embarrassing moments like on the runway? Embarrassing moments? Such as wardrobe. Well, me. I've had a time or two on the runway, not in my designs, but nobody that I could think of wearing my designs on the runway. Not that to say it's been perfect, but the models, I'm very picky. Okay. If anybody has worked with Nicole B Designs, Nick Couture, Undaunted, that's all me for my designs. I'm very picky. I like to work with models who come off as professional. They may not be professional models, but they have a great spirit, a great attitude. They're willing to do things, and they know that it's about the designs and not about them. Oh. I had a model before, if you don't mind me sharing this story. I had showed my designs at a fashion show here in Charlotte, and part of the things that I do with my design, I style my models. So I might bring the belts, the sunglasses, the other accessories. And when I asked her about it, she was like, my family didn't know who I was because because I was styled a certain way. Like that particular showing, all the models had on sunglasses because it was a summer. Mm-hmm. It was a summer set, so all the models had on sunglasses, and they looked dope to me. The other models loved it, but she thought it was all about her. So like I said, I try to work with professional models that have a great attitude and know that their job is to show off the clothing in a great light. Okay, so I'm gonna ask you this question. I think you perhaps already answered it. And I keep doing that, Mama. Huh? I keep doing that now. Yeah, for real. You do. You're doing good. But you know, have you? How do you approach working with a bride or somebody who need a gown? Mm-hmm. Who has very specific or unique visions for her gown? Well, I mean, if I haven't had that, but I can say, in my opinion, being a bride myself, if I'm the paying client and I have a custom designer, let's make it custom. So if I'm asking for these things and if you can't come through, I think it's important just to communicate that. So to answer your question, I haven't had that experience personally, but I would understand and I would try to meet that client where they are. And if I can't, it's important for me to communicate that so they can find somebody that can.
Once again, you need to communicate stuff like that. If you cannot complete a project that they are requesting, send them to the next person. Would you agree to that?
I would absolutely
Agree to that. Yeah.
Yeah.
So,
all money not good money either. So if you run into that all money is not good money. So if you're working with that client that's just absolutely difficult and it's causing you more stress than what you need, and you just know you've been a great communicator with them, you've been showing them pictures, everything step by step, and they're just being just a troll to deal with. Mm-hmm. Please don't have a problem cutting them loose, you know, and moving on, because it's other money out there and it's really not worth your time.
Yeah, those tend to be the people who give you the most headache.
They already had it in their mind that they wasn't going to be satisfied.
Right.
And they just want to run it thinking you are just going to give in. Okay, you can just have this gal, because there's some schemers out there.
There are, you know, try to get a reduced price
right.
or what have you, you
right.
know, and it's important to know your worth.
Absolutely.
You know, and in your business. So don't let them do that to you. Don't let them do that to you. And how do you incorporate market trends into your design while maintaining your unique style?
Market trends to my design. I kind of need help in that area.
Okay.
But I am my own brand.
Mm-hmm.
So I try to wear my designs when I can, and when people see me, I have on one of my designs right now.
Oh,
at the moment.
That's what's up.
At the
Stand
moment.
up, let them see that.
Yeah. Maybe we'll do that later. But yeah, I am my own brand. So when I wear stuff, people stop me and say, "Where'd you get that?" You know, I want something like that too. And I have my business cards on hand and pass them out. So branding, if you are your brand, wear it. You know, talk about it, put it on your social media. Be in as many fashion shows as you can. So that's what I do.
Yes, indeed. It is important to maintain, how can I say, maintain an image, if you will, while out there in them streets.
Absolutely.
You know, because like you see with these celebrities, once they slip up, then they get dragged through the mud.
Absolutely.
You know, and the same thing could be on whatever level you may be on, you know. So, hey, that's cool right there. You know, you're a walking billboard.
Yeah. Yeah. When I escalate, because I will be escalating, when I escalate to the status of designers such as Christian Serrano or whatever, trust me, they're going to go back and dig up old stuff, you know, that I never thought about. So why not show off now as if I am up there with Christian Serrano?
There you go. I know that's right. Mm-hmm. That's right. Supposed to.
Absolutely.
So, can you walk me through your design process for the initial concept to the finished gown?
Sure. So, like I said, I'm not your conventional designer. So most designers sketch out something and then take it to their production team to have it produced. I am self-taught, so I can sketch, but I don't like to.
Okay,
you know,
okay. Like, everybody have their own thing.
Yeah, everybody have their own thing. So I'm the type, once I'm inspired and I see it, I can just visualize it, and I just go to my sewing room, get to cutting and putting it together. And like I said, it may come out, I made a mistake here and there, but then I look at it, I'm like, okay, well, this is unique. You know, because before, maybe I was going to make it exactly like that design, or that's what I had hoped to do. But now, since I made that small mistake or whatever, now this is custom. This is custom, the Colby design. You know, so from start to finish, I visualize my what I want, the idea. I go in and I start creating. I fit it to myself or to another model or to a mannequin. I perfect it to what I need to, and then I wear it and I show it off.
Cool.
So that's what I do.
Okay. Have you had a model to buy a gown that she walked in?
Not necessarily gowns, so to speak, but I have had some gowns. But I've sold many things. What was really hot was my Undaunted collection. I made these swinger dresses, and I'll send you a picture of that. I call them swing dresses, and they were so cute. And what I've noticed is, and it's weird, because I could design something and no lie, and I'm not making this up or whatever. I promise you, like months later, I'll see it come out in like a big brand. I don't want to say names, so I don't want to get sick either. But I'll see it come out in some of these big brand fast designers catalogs. I'm like, wait, that looks just like what I made.
Well, you never seen it before. It came fresh out of your mind.
It came fresh out of my mind, and then they manufactured it. And I know I'm small or whatever, but I'm not stupid either.
Right.
And come to find out, it's been other designers, small designers like myself, that have that same concern.
Yes, because I also do music, from time to time. Yes. Okay. And I clear some of the creations I have come up with later on, maybe about 6 months to a year. I thought I heard on the radio. Everything. That's mine. And
I wonder how did it get out there? I know with mine's got out there because those designs showed on the runway, or either I presented it on my social media or something. So, and I've seen some of these big brands follow my social media, so I know for a fact they got it from there. And
at the same time, you can't be afraid to put your product out there.
It's gonna happen.
The only way. It's going to happen from time to time. So it can be scary sometimes, but hey, that's the chance you have to take.
Yeah.
Because
just keep going.
Just keep on going. They can't catch everything.
Yeah, they can't catch everything, and then you always have your proof. I did it first, like Ray J said.
Hey, that's
I
right.
did it first.
That's right. So, in designing, do you have to patent your design?
They said you can, but that's a difficult process to go to because fashion evolves. Mm-hmm. Fashion evolves, so it's hard to trademark something. You can't trademark the turtleneck because the turtleneck has been around, and fashion evolves. That we just recreate it. Mm-hmm. We just recreate it. So no, I don't.
All right, let's get into the difference between patent, copyright, and trademark. Okay, patent protects new inventions, typically 20 years. It grants the inventor exclusive rights to use, sell, or license the invention. Okay, let's go to copyrights. Copyright protects original work of authorship. We're talking about literature, music, and art. This is going to be for the lifetime of the author, plus 70 years. This will give them the exclusive rights to produce, distribute, and display the work. Okay, now trademarks protect symbol, names, and slogans used to identify goods or services. They can last indefinitely as long as they are used and properly renewed.
And then authentically original for some time. I can't patent a shirt because shirts has been around. I can't patent a shirt with an extra button on my brand on. I could just make that my branded product, and that's the difficulty when it comes to fashion.
Okay, so, and what is the name of your brand again?
I have my brand initially started with Nicole B Designs, Undaunted, Unbothered, that's what that means. And then it branched off to Thickums, which is my lingerie design, lingerie and swimwear. And then I went into Knit Couture, which is my elegant, classy, but edgy. That's my niche. I always have some type of edge to my designs.
Gotcha.
So I have Undaunted, Thickums, and Knit Couture.
Okay, so what would you do if you seen advertised on TV, Thickums?
Is my Thickums?
Yeah.
Or somebody else Thickums?
They made it theirs.
Oh, well, you have to patent your brand.
Right.
You have to patent your brand, but not necessarily the product
design
under your brand.
Okay,
yeah.
Right.
So they'll have a little issue.
I said that for a reason. I knew she had to answer.
They'll have a little issue.
And so, no, you're going after them.
Yeah. Yeah.
I heard that.
Mhm.
Okay, but I want to thank you for your time
Thank
and this
you.
interview and this interview. You know, taking time out your personal day and everything. And I would like for you to put your information out there. Give them your social media
Mhm.
and how they can contact you.
Sure. Right now, I am on social media. Nicole B Designs Undaunted is my urban wear, everyday wear brand. And then, of course, I have Thickums, which is my lingerie and swimwear brand, also on social media. And I also have Knit Couture. You can find my HC. My HC name is Power Team Models and Talent Agency. And if you just want to see what I do as a model, I'm up under model_Nicole_Stephanie.
And there it is. And once again, I do thank you very much for your time. And this is Creative People. And we are going to say good night.